Hey, welcome back to Monster Tycoon's second devlog. I'm Leo, the sole creator of this project, and in this devlog we'll be adding a new mechanic to the game. This new mechanic, which is also an overhaul of an existing one, is the minor monsters. In Monster Tycoon, you'll utilise different types of monsters to progress through the game. The only monster type I've created are regular monsters, which you kill to obtain food that lets you spawn all the other different types of monsters. The new minor monsters will allow players to obtain stone, which is used to upgrade the tools required to actually interact with monsters. You would obtain stone by simply clicking the minor monsters with your pickaxe tool, so basically like how a cookie clicker works. So to visualise this better, players will spawn minor monsters somewhere on their island, they'll hit them with their pickaxe to obtain stone, and then they can use this stone to upgrade their tools that are used to interact with other monsters, such as the pickaxe for minor monsters, the sword for regular monsters, and the axe for the lumberjack monsters that have yet to be added. But then, just like regular monsters, you can also level up your minor monsters to increase the amount of stone you obtain from them. You can do this by having 3 monsters of the same level reach the same amount of stone mined. So, for example, if 3 level 1 monsters have 20 stone mined, then a level 2 monster will spawn. Now that we know how minor monsters will work, let's start adding them to the game. I'll be predominantly making them on the old island, as opposed to the new island I started building in the first devlog. Earlier I mentioned that not only are these a new mechanic, but they're also an overhaul of an existing one. So this essentially just had the player kill regular monsters to receive not only food, but also stone. They then have to wait for an NPC to mine the stone that they received, then redeem it, and only then could the player actually use the stone to upgrade their tools. In my opinion, this old system had a glaring issue. The 2 core currencies at the time being food and stone, where food is obtained directly from killing monsters and you're able to use it immediately, but then stone, even though it's first received from killing monsters, you then need to wait for an NPC to actually mine said stone before you can use it. I'd rather both food and stone to come directly from monsters, but still differentiate them in their own right, which we've done with the new minor monsters. And then luckily, because some of the system for receiving stone and upgrading tools is in the game, and mixed with the fact that I coded the regular monsters to easily allow for adding new types of monsters, I can just overhaul parts of that code to fit into the new minor monsters mechanic. So I began by setting up the new monster, first by adding a way to detect what monster type the player is attacking, the type currently being hard-coded but will be made configurable. Then I disabled the health bar if the monster type is a minor monster, and added a hit counter system so that we can eventually display the amount of stone a minor monster has mined. Taking a look at this in-game, we can see that the health bar doesn't appear on the minor monsters, but does on regular monsters, which is great, and we've got a hit counter that can show how much mined for a specific monster. Now we've got that in place, I just need to give players stone when they hit minor monsters with a pickaxe, and ensure that the amount of stone that a monster has mined persists between sessions. And then we'll just clean things up and refactor the leveling system to allow minor monsters to level up. Woo! Minor monsters are here, okay. Honestly, creating these went a lot smoother than I thought it would. The leveling was the toughest part. It required some changes that affected it a bit more than I would have liked, but I got there in the end and everything else went well. Now, to finish off the minor monsters, I just need to actually beautify the UI in which you upgrade your tools. Since I already made this functional in the old mining system, all I need to do is actually make it look good. Similar to how the more finalized UI to spawn monsters looks. Unfortunately, I am no artist, so I'd be here for a millennium if I tried making the UI from scratch. So I've purchased LimeZoo's modern UI pack off of itch.io. I'll put a link in the description. I use this to piece together the monster spawner UI, and so I'll do the same for the blacksmith grinder UI, aka the tools upgrading UI. Starting with a simple layout of where the individual components go, this red square is where you put the tool that you want to upgrade in. The blue square here will show the newly upgraded weapon. The green square will show information and confirmation buttons for your upgrade. and then this yellow rectangle, it'll be the button you use to add stone to your weapon. Let's get into a short time lapse where I create this UI. There we have it, the UI for the blacksmith grinder. I decided to add an empty sword icon to showcase where you put your tool in. The idea is that this icon changes the shape of the tool you are wanting to upgrade depending on where the blacksmith grinder you're using is located. Popping this in game, you can see exactly how it functions. I want to upgrade this broken wooden sword here, so I'll put it in and you'll see it shows me the sword it'll be upgraded to here. Hovering over the info button tells me I don't have enough stone, so I can go down to the add stone button to actually add stone to the sword. In this case, we just need 10 stone. The info button changes to a confirm button. I can click it and receive the upgraded sword. And then I can just keep upgrading the sword until I run out of stone. So now I can go off and kill some monsters with the upgraded sword. Let's go. While I've got your attention, just as an aside, one thing I'm trying to do with Monster Tycoon is build it in public, so the community and you yourself can follow along with the progress as I develop the game. So of course these devlogs are a great way to do exactly that. However, leaning more into building in public, I want the community to be able to view what I'm working on, what's left to do and what's already been done. And so I created a Trello board to do exactly that. I'll put a link to that in the description, but I do also ask that you join our Discord so you can become a part of our community if you do decide to look at this Trello board. Well, that's it for the second devlog. Thank you for joining me as I add the new minor monsters to the game. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and subscribe to my channel. I'd also appreciate if you comment any feedback that you have on this devlog. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one where I'll continue building the main map from the first devlog.